So let's go and welcome to session number 2. Session number 2 of our C# course. If we haven't installed Visual Studio, we can still program in REPL.it, which is also possible. I won't program in REPL.it anymore, but for those of you who haven't installed Visual Studio Community, you can always use REPL.it, which is a very useful tool to program in any kind of programming language, which is important. I suppose they're not all programming languages there, but most of the programming languages there you can find. But I will program with Visual Studio. Visual Studio, which is not the same like Visual Studio Code. And how to make a new project, the main process is to create a new project somewhere. If you have like a blank screen, there's some button for a new project. It looks sometimes a bit different. Console application. Somewhere you have to find the word console application, C#. Go next. You can choose the name. Please be advised, don't use blank spaces or other stuff. I use like console application 2, whatever. Next. In some occasions, you can choose between .NET Core 3.1 or .NET Core 5 or .NET Core 6. If you can choose between those .NET cores, please choose the same like I have, 3.1 or 5. But if you only can choose .NET Core 6, just use .NET Core 6, which is not so important. I will tell you afterwards why. If I use .NET Core 3.1, save, so okay. I got a new project, which looks like this. If we had chosen .NET Core 6, then we probably just got one line, which is like console write line, hello world. They just erase the whole overall structure in .NET Core 6, and we don't have to write all the stuff anymore. But in my opinion, it's very useful, especially in the beginning, to use the whole structure, because you get more understanding of functions, of classes, of namespaces, and the overall structure. So please be advised to use the same structure like I have. If you can't choose, or if you cannot change it in your project, no worries, just continue after console write line, which is no problem. Our goal today is a very important process, a very important control structure, which is called a switch. Every time I want to generate a menu, I create a switch, which is used in kind of all programming languages. A switch can be very useful and can make a very nice structure for the whole application, because in many occasions I want to make a menu. I want to choose between different options. So in the beginning, I want to create an application which simulates a restaurant. It simulates a restaurant where I have to ask how old I am, and depending on my age, I get entrance or I get another entrance, which will be kind of a summary from last time with a new input as well. So in the first beginning, and please be just program with me. Let's do it together and let's see what happens. So in the beginning, I will say, welcome to my restaurant. Please give me your age. Give me your age. Probably welcome. Give me your age. We know from last time we wanna read the value of my age. So that's why we create an integer and called it probably age. We know from last time we create variables in the very beginning because we need the ingredients in the very beginning. The new thing is, if we create variables in the very beginning and want to make a comment, I will make a comment to just for me to give me some information which is not used in the program itself, but gives me information like a comment. And this is called a declaration. Declaration. A declaration means I will generate a variable where I can use information, but just the memory place, just the memory area where I can use my information. Nothing more. There is no information in the variable. If I create a new variable, it's called declaration. And I can use this variable afterwards, as we know. Age is equal, in the basic structure is like console readline. We know readline only reads strings. So the cool thing is, if we press like here, the lamp probably could help us to convert it. This is not helping, but we know, okay, we have to convert it, convert to int 32. Things we have done before will be faster, and all the competences which are new will be taught a bit slower, of course. So I can use the variable age afterwards. Afterwards, I can tell my computer if age is smaller, less than probably 16, I won't get a beer. And I create the basic structure like last time. And I will tell my computer, okay, sorry, I'm sorry, you won't get a beer. Here we go. Sorry. Sorry, you won't get a beer. I'm sorry, you won't get a beer. But what I also want is, if my age is maybe too big, if I'm older than 110, then I'm sorry, I won't get a beer either. Probably I'm too old to use the application, or probably I'm just mistaken, or I made a mistake of using my age. So if I want to make an if, which is more powerful than just an ordinary if, I can make an or an and. So I want to make like, if my age is less than 16, or my age is bigger or greater than 100, or I can write or by typing, okay, I have to use the other keyboard, sorry. English, let's use the English keyboard, let's see. Oops, where is it? Because I'm having a different keyboard here. I just have to write. I'm sorry. I have to Google, because my keyboard is not changeable here. For sicher. I tried. Yeah. Sorry. Shift. No. No. I can write. I have to copy the stuff because I cannot change my keyboard here. That's why. Here we go. Yeah. I just have to copy my stuff. You probably find it on your keyboard, but I don't find it on mine. So I'm sorry. I have to copy it in. This is an or. Just two of these signs. I don't know. I find it on the keyboard, but it's like my keyboard is not changeable because I don't have my admin rights here. If age is less than 16, or age is bigger, and here you go, is bigger than what's happened now? Also, now I had it. Now I got it. Okay. I can change it here. Or bigger than 100, for instance. So if age is less than 16 or age is greater than 100, I can use this. And this operator means or. I get many questions at this point. What's an and? An and is just the typical and. That's an and. So, okay. But that's an or, which can be very powerful as well for us, very useful as well, because sometimes we want to make an interval. I'm sorry, you won't get a beer. And we want to quit. We want to quit the whole application at this point. And we can use console.exit our environment. Or we can use environment.exit. We can use environment.exit with 0, for instance. If we want to end the whole program at this point, we can use environment.exit 0. Environment.exit 0 means we end the whole application by saying 0. We don't say there's nothing wrong with this application at this point. So sometimes we want to quit the application at this point. So finishing the application at this point. Sometimes we want this. Else we can go on. We want to go on, and of course we can write else. Okay? We don't have to, but we will at this point because we will create our menu in there. So in order to test our whole program, we will just type in a console right in here. Just type in here. I'm sorry you won't get a beer. You are welcome. You can enter. I just want to enter and I just want to test my application so far. As we know from last time, if we want to create programs, don't program too much and always write and test, write and test. That's very important. I already programmed too much, in my opinion, without testing. So it's always very important that we test quite a lot. So I will test at this time. I have to press the green button to test it and to see my outcome. If I check my outcome, it's like, welcome to my restaurant. Please give me your age. I will tell them like 13. It's like, I'm sorry, you won't get a beer. Okay. And if I'm using another, here we go. It's like, okay, welcome to my restaurant. Please give me your age. And I will tell 25. You can enter. So this is the first mark, which is kind of a summary from last time, but we're also with a new input with the or and. In some occasions, you have to use an and. In many occasions, you probably will use an or. So, but at this point, here we go, you wanna write a menu. And how do we write the menu? We wanna order some stuff. We are at McDonald's or we are in a restaurant. We are at Burger King and we wanna order stuff. We wanna order stuff and pay and whatever, and give us a price at the end. So instead of writing you can enter, we can leave it here as well. But I also write a menu here. I will write a menu, and this time, like anytime, like every time, I will begin to order beer and wine and maybe water. Let's see. So I can order stuff. So please press 1 for ordering beer, or 2 for ordering wine, or 3 for exit. At the very beginning, it's always you should use like what you want to do. And in the end, you should always give the user the option of quitting the application. So it always has to be usable for the user, which is called usability. Very important. So in many occasions, people create very neat menus, but they forget how to give the user interaction. And we want to do like a menu where we also want to end it at the very time, end it at the beginning, or end it whenever we want, actually. So we want to end it whenever we want. So please press 1 for ordering, blah, 2 for ordering wine, or 3 for beer. Of course, we can, instead of writing beer, we can use something else as well. Okay. If we want to create a menu in C#, in C++, in Java, in JavaScript, in many other languages, we will create a switch. Switch is like a central of controlling everything. And the switch is called switch. So I write switch. So please just write switch with me. I will create the basic structure of a switch. The basic structure of a switch looks like this. And I will create curly brackets and ordinary brackets here. Before we can create the switch, we have to get the 1 for beer, the 2 for wine, the 3 for exit, or the 5 if I'm too stupid to enter the number. I have to get it into my memory. So at this position, I have to enter my value, which will be an integer, of course. So I will create a variable at the very beginning. I will declare a variable at the very beginning with the name choice. Of course, I can use Auswahl in German. I can use Utvalg in Norwegian, but probably it's better for everybody if we use choice. Always try to stick to English because everybody can understand. We wanna use our menu with numbers. That's why we use integers. Of course, as a next step, we can, of course, change our menu with characters. Then we have to change it to something else. But this will be the next step. As before, this is also a declaration. Integer choice is a declaration which marks an area in my memory, nothing more. But if we want to fill our choice, we have to do it here. And we know how to fill an integer and convert it and get it from the keyboard. I just copy this line because this will be exactly the same at the beginning. And don't forget the semicolon in the beginning, in the end, sorry. So I have choice in this memory, and I can use choice afterwards, and I converted it here. So what about switch? Switch, very important. Switch, how do we create the switch? How do we make switches? Switches have always the same structure. They begin with round brackets and they have curly brackets here to mark where is the beginning of the switch and where is the end of the switch. In the round brackets, I have to use the variable which is steering my menu. In our occasion, this will be choice. Choice will be the variable controlling our menu. So here you always have to write the variable for our controller, of the menu. So here we write this. The next point and the next block is I have to be inside of my switch. Please be careful to be inside of your switch. And I have to be careful to create blocks for a 1, for a 2, for a 3, and probably for something else as well. But I have to create blocks in order to handle my 1, my 2, my 3, or whatever I will get as an input. How do we create this? This will always look the same for all programming languages, which is case 1. 1 is the 1 for my beer. 1, this is 1 because here it's 1. Like this, and colon, and at the end, I will type break semicolon. First block. We begin with like the easy structure and the basic structure, and then we will continue making it. I will copy this stuff. Please be advised, this is a semicolon, this is a colon. So please be advised that it's different. I will create case 2. I will create case 2. And I will create case 3. So why do we use a break? A break is used that we mark the end of a case. So if I wanna handle my 1, I wanna order beer. I will be inside of this block. I will be inside. And the beginning of the block will be case 1, and the end of the block will be break. The same will be for case 2. In the beginning of my block, this will be case 2. The end of my block will be break. Some people forget to write the break, and sometimes it won't write an error. Sometimes it will be okay, but it's not okay. So always focus on the structure. Always write case and break, case and break, case and break. Okay, because if we type 1, we jump into here. If we type 2, we jump into here. If we type 3, we jump into here. So we want to test it. We're already programming a lot again. No, we don't want to program too much. We always want to test. So that's why, how do we test if my stuff is working? At this point, I can test my stuff. So I will test it by using console write lines. I will test console write lines. I pressed 1, which is just useless chunk at this point, but helps me to control if I'm programming right or not. So sometimes this can be very, very useful. Sometimes it can be very useful. Here we go. I pressed 1, I pressed 2, I pressed 3. Maybe you see that I'm always focusing on nice structure, always at the same position, because in my opinion, it's very important that we always use very nice structure, which makes it much easier to read and easier to understand for us and also for other people. So we want to test our application at this point. Okay, we test our application at this point. I press console, blah, blah. I press the green button. I will hoping it's working. Welcome to my restaurant. Please give me your age. Okay, this time 56. I can enter the restaurant. You can enter. Press 1 for ordering beer, or 2 for ordering wine, or 3 for exit. If I press 1, I should get a 1. I pressed 1. Okay, I believe this is working, but I still also want to test 2 and 3. I will test 2 and 3. At this time, please also, no worries, you will always make many mistakes, and I will help you afterwards to fix your mistakes as well. So this is working. My switch tells me, okay, I pressed 1, and it helps me to jump into my menu. So I can, instead of writing I pressed 1, here I can do all the stuff for ordering beer. And here I can do all the stuff for ordering wine. And here I can do all the stuff for ordering or for exiting. So exiting means, for instance, I want to exit the program, which can be, for instance, environment.exit. So I just copy this stuff to 3, because this will be the easiest way to exit my program. I can do that. The first thing is to pimp my menu for all the people who are too stupid to control my switch, who are really, or maybe they just type something wrong. They press not 1, 2, 3, they just press 15 or 25 or 7. What happens then? So we have to make a case for such occasions. And how do we make that in the switch? Of course, there is a possibility. And this case means default. Default means if I didn't press 1 or 2 or 3, so what happens next? What happens then? And then I press, or then I write break at the same time again. So if I want to make a structure which is possible for all the different occasions, if I type in 17 or 25, then I will type in console, or I will type in default. So here we go. As you can see, we begin with the basic structure and focus on more and more details at the longer time we program. But in the beginning, as a programmer, we always begin with the basic structure, and the structure should always work. It should always work. It's very important as well. Don't program too much. It should work. If I didn't press 1 or 2 or 3, I don't have any options in my application. So I'm not really sure what should happen. Probably I would ask, as a computer, I would ask, are you sure? Or please reinsert your choice, or please retype your choice or something else in this occasion. So I cannot handle your choice, your choice, or please retype your choice at this time. Maybe this. So how, as a next step with input, how can we create operations to jump to a previous position? I want to jump to another position at this point, because at this point, I want to reinsert my 1, my 2, my 3, or my integer at this point. So I want to jump back. I want to jump back to the position 29. So I want to jump to this position because I want to reinsert, I want to read my 1, my 2, my 3 from the keyboard. So how do we do that? Which is also a very powerful tool in C#, which comes from C or C++, which is called a goto. Gotos, we should not use gotos at the very beginning, but sometimes it's very nice to use them. You cannot use them in Java, you cannot use them in Python, but gotos can be very powerful, and gotos in my opinion, can be very useful in the very beginning to understand overall structure. I'm a big fan of go-tos in the very beginning. Of course, I understand if programming languages say no to go-tos, but sometimes it's just very useful. I like go-tos. So if I want to jump, if I want to go back to my position, I will mark a position. I will mark a position, and I can mark the position like I call it menu. And I will call it menu like this and use colon at the end. If I use colon at the end, this will mark a mark. This will create a mark, like a position, where I can refer to afterwards with my go-to. Go-to, how is a go-to used? Very easy. I just refer to my position and refer to my mark, and I will write go-to. That's it. And the position, the mark, menu, and semicolon. That's it. Go-tos can be so useful in many occasions. In this occasion, it's already useful. I really like it at this point. Sometimes, of course, it's not very useful, but sometimes it can be very useful. And I don't understand why other programming languages have not included it anymore. Of course, it should not be used, but of course, it can be more powerful in some occasions. Okay, please retype. So we have to test our application. I just make it a bit smaller that we see our stuff. There's a question as well. Does Python have GoTo? No, Python has no GoTo. Python and Java, they have no GoTos. Yeah, they just not allowing it. I don't understand why programming languages like Python and Java did not include GoTos anymore. I don't know. I'm open to any discussions. Why? Of course, probably you have to write neater code, but in my opinion, it gives us more possibilities. And if it gives us more possibilities, the application will be better, in my opinion. But I'm just a stupid Austrian, so I don't know. That's what it. So if I have here, like, okay, I go, welcome restaurant, give me your age, 77 today. You can enter, press 1. I'm 1 for ordering beer. Okay, but if I'm too stupid, let's see, I was drinking already 20 beers. Let's see, 55, and I pressed 56. Then it's here. Please retype your choice. Press 1. Okay, I'm still drunk, 77. I'm still drunk, 55, and then okay, what's there? Okay, I will type 1. I can press 1, which makes our application already very nice. I like this stuff. And if I look at this structure, I have to say, I like it. I really like it because it's very consistent. It's always the same. It's very consistent. It's not like, okay, sometimes it's this trick and this trick. Sometimes it's always no tricks, but it's also very powerful. So we wanna create some ordering of beer here. So I wanna order some beer. Ordering beer here. It's like a rhyme. Okay, ordering beer here. So next step, we wanna fill our beer. So we wanna ask how many beers do you want to drink? How many beers do you want to drink? Okay, I know, okay, I probably create a variable, which is an integer as well, int beers, or like a beer count. If I'm a programmer in a company, it would be probably beer count, but I will create like beers, which is okay. Please don't call it beer, because beer is like singular. I would also always create plural, because then it refers to a probably higher number. I will create beers. Okay, this is a declaration. This is just a memory. This is just a memory this is just an area in our memory, which tells the computer this will be an integer. Okay, so blah, blah, blah. I go here, go to minute. I wanna order beer here. So ordering beer here, how many beers do we wanna order? We know from this area, I just copy this stuff because this is kind of the same. I can copy this stuff. I just copy here. I'm too lazy. I'm just too lazy. I copy here and tell my computer how many beers. How many beers do you wanna drink? How many beers do you wanna drink? The break just disappeared. I don't like that. So how many beers do you wanna drink? And as we know, I can copy the structure, and please always copy your stuff. As a programmer, we are very lazy people. We copy and copy and paste and copy and paste and copy and paste. So we do always the same, and we don't use choice here. We use beers. And of course, we can use an if inside here at this position. We can say, okay, if you want to buy more than 20 beers, you're an alcoholic. Or if you buy less than 1 beer, you're not able to consume something in this restaurant, whatever. You have to be asked again. If you buy more than 100 beers, then there's something wrong, whatever. You can always, of course, at any position, you can include ifs, of course. So I get my beers at this point. We don't have to forget, we should test our stuff. I test my stuff inside here. Please welcome to my restaurant. Please give me your age. I'm 77. I'm ordering beer. 1 is beer. Ordering beer here. How many beers do you want to drink? I want to drink 7 beers. 7 will be stored in the variable beers. It will be stored inside there. So I can use beers afterwards. So at the very first step, I want to create a price. I want to create an overall price, how much I have to pay, because this gives me the opportunity to talk about other stuff. The beer price, let's call it Norwegian beer price, which is like too much. That's just crazy. I don't know, like, okay, just too much. Let's call the beer price is a comma. Okay, if we have to use numbers with a comma, then we can use, and I don't begin with other stuff. I begin always with double. I begin with double. And if I use numbers with commas, for instance, 17.5, 20.8, 5.0, it's always a comma, 15.7, whatever, we use double or float, but we begin with double. As an engineer, we use doubles. I use double and I call it beer price. I call it beer price. Semicolon. And if I want to give my beer a price, I want to give my beer already a price, I will call it beer price equals, and we are in Norway. I don't know how much a beer is at the restaurant. I don't want to know actually, but let's say 149. Jesus Christ, 149 point. Let's make it a strange number, 39. Please use dots, no commas. Even though if we say we want to create numbers with commas, only Excel and some operating systems use commas, okay? If we program, please use points, no comma. Points, no comma. I always say that 100 times because every time I fix errors afterwards, the first thing I see is like commas. Please use points. Only Excel and sometimes Windows 10 and other applications use commas. But as an engineer and all the programming languages, we have to use dots and semicolon. Why did I create my beer price in the very beginning? Yes, because we want to use the beer price in the whole application. We want to use it there. And I wanted to include and tell us something new, which is a definition. This will be a definition. In C#, in C++, in Java, in many other programming languages, the difference between declaration and definition is very clear. Here, this is a declaration which marks an area in my memory. This will be a definition which gives our variable a value. This is a definition. Very important afterwards, even though if you think, okay, in the beginning, what the hell is he talking about? No, it's very important as a programmer. What's the definition and what's the declaration? Declaration does nothing to do with your computer. It just reserves a lot of space in your memory. A definition already points and gives us values inside of our computer. So beer price. Let's say, okay, this is like Norwegian crowns, okay? In Austria would be, I don't know, would be different. Oh yeah, probably, yeah. Let's say it's some strange price. Let's say it's like 1 beer. And if we want to use this variable beer price now, if we want to use it, I can create a variable called price. I can call it price. I can call it overall price. This will probably be a comma number as well, a floating point. This will come, so I will call it, but I will call it in the beginning, I will call it price. I will call it just price, semicolon, price. So I can use price at this position by typing price equals beers multiplied by beer price. If we use Visual Studio or REPL.it, we probably get suggestions at this point to use it. What is happening here? If we type in 3 beers, 3 will be multiplied with beer price. And then we have overall price. It's very, very, very useful if we use price already also as a double. If I know my overall outcome will be a comma number, I will definitely use doubles. If I know my choice cannot be a comma, then I will definitely use integers. So always, if you're sure what to use, please use it. If you know you should use integers, use integers. If you know this is just doubles, use doubles. If you don't know it's a mixture, then use doubles. If you want to have a mixture between integers and doubles, use doubles, because 3.0 is also a double, but it's easier to handle than integers. Sometimes you get converting errors or you get errors for other stuff if we don't use it like this. So at this position, we have already calculated it. I will just test it because we always test it. Writing, testing, writing, testing. We just tested. Welcome to my restaurant. Please give me your age. Okay, let's go. Age 88. Please press 1 for beer. Okay, ordering beer. How many beers do you want to drink? 6 beers. And I don't see any outcome. The price is already calculated, but I don't show it. I don't visualize it because I didn't use console write line. I want to use, of course, console write line, and I will probably type in, you have to pay, and to include my variable here. Let's say plus price at this position. I will leave a blank space here because I want to have my number at this position. I use price here. Let's go. Let's see what's happening. Welcome to my restaurant, 66. So many old dudes here. One, ordering beer. How many beers do you want to drink? 6 beers. You have to pay, Jesus Christ, okay, 896.3399, which is kind of strange. But okay, it's nice. So the first thing I want to pimp my outcome is I want to type Norwegian crowns at the very end. So how do you do that? I type plus again. The blank space is not important, plus, and then write, for instance, NOK for Norwegian crowns. Of course, all the people sitting in Austria, they probably write euros, or hopefully not shilling. They will write euros, for instance. So I can use that at this position to pimp it. Here we go. Pimp it. Let's see what's happening now. So, waiting. As you can see, this is already much nicer. Welcome to restaurant, 66. Press 1 for beer, ordering beer. How many beers? 4 beers. You have to pay 500. Jesus Christ, that's a lot. Yeah, 597. Okay, yeah, that's kind of a lot. So I will show the next step. Of course, at this position, if you want to round it, just Google. Okay, I can show it afterwards as well. How to round in C#, which is very easy as well. You can use a library. I can show it afterwards as well. But before I round my result, I want to continue with the next case, just that we really show, okay, how to do it again and copy my stuff. So I know, okay, for wine, I probably have to use wine. I have to use wine. So I use wines. Sounds a bit strange. I use double beer price. And many people at this point, they copy double price as well. So wine price, and they copy price as well. I don't have to copy price anymore because I have already price from before. So don't copy declarations which are already existent. And especially in the beginning, just don't copy stuff and don't think about it. It's easier and it's better if you copy stuff from line to line and you give it a second thought. Is it okay or not? Because you can use and you can reuse the variable price in many different occasions. And of course, I will show it next time how to use an overall price as well. But not now. Double price. Okay, so I can copy. Here I can copy the same structure. I will copy this structure for wine. I will delete this stuff. There you go. And then ordering wine here. I will copy it here. Ordering wine here. How many wines? This is strange. How much wine? Many wines. No one says how many wine. How much wine? So ordering wine here. How much wine do you want to drink? Wines. I just call it wine. I hate the word wines. No one uses wines. It's just stupid. I'm just stupid. Let's call it wine. And price is wine multiplied wine price. If we use Visual Studio, it's automatic completely copying wine price. If we use Visual Studio now, Visual Studio will tell us, Jesus Christ, you have to have an initial value for wine price. We didn't have initial value for wine price. The cool thing in Visual Studio is show potential fixes. We show rename beer price to wine price, which is a very great solution. Thank you so much. That's just terrible. That's like in German you would say Vorführeffekt. It's like because wine price, sometimes this is really good. In Visual Studio, the helping potential fixes is very good. But in this occasion, it's like my fix should be go to fix it to beer price. So thank you so much. Just as stupid. So I just have to make my wine price here. So I copy my wine price here, copy it here. And let's make the wine price a terrible number as well. We use dots again, no commas. At this point, wine price. Then you will see Visual Studio won't complain anymore. Won't complain. So we can use or we can reuse the variable price at this position. We can use it and we can make break. At this point, of course, we will test it. Always writing, testing. 45, 435. Okay, shit, I'm too old. I'm too old. If I'm too stupid to enter, okay, so here you go. 35, you can enter 2 for wine. Ordering wine here. How much wine do you want to drink? 5 wine, you have to pay, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so, of course, I can use go-tos. I can use go-tos to jump from A to B to C. So many people would use a go-to here or a go-to here to jump up again. Because sometimes I wanna reuse my menu. I don't want to use my menu just once. Probably I want to use it more often. If I'm at Burger King or McDonald's, I want to use the menu many times. So I can use, of course, I can use menu with go-tos again if I want. I can use. We will learn different ways, of course, to use it. But at this point, at the second session, a go-to can be very nice. Our go-to can be always very nice, but I think in the second session is very nice. As a first case, I will use a go-to and I will use my break outside here. It's always very important to write nice structure. At the very end, I will jump up to my menu again. Go-tos can be also very, very much used to like have like a password or a PIN in the beginning. Please give me your password. Please give me your PIN. If it's wrong, I will jump up again, for instance. So like this stuff can use. Go to menu, but in the case 3, we just type in goodbye and environment says goodbye. Computer says no. Like yeah, you have to pay. No, goodbye. Like goodbye. Here we go. Goodbye. So let's test it. Let's test our stuff. Welcome to my restaurant. Please give me your age. 66. How you can enter. Press 1. How many beers do you want to drink? 5 beers. You have to pay, blah, blah, blah. Press 1. Press 2. Ordering wine. How much wine will drink? 5. You have to pay, blah, blah, blah. Or let's press 67. Please retype your choice. Okay, Jesus Christ. Then I have to pay 3. I want to exit. Goodbye. Okay. Then we have already a very easy menu, very easy machine, which helps us to do this stuff. So at this point, I would always suggest, I will have some minutes to go, that's good. I would also always suggest at this point to include a round the price, which is very easy to find. Just Google for round double in C#, or just search for some math.round. It's very easy to find, very easy. But of course, I would always round my result. But we have like 6 minutes to go. Before we end, I want to give you a more professional, or more professional way instead of using go-tos, how can we use it? Because this will be a solution for all, well, exactly nearly all programming languages except Python. This is a do-while loop. If you don't understand this stuff in the last 5 minutes, no worries, we will have to use it all the time. So I wanna have the same procedure that it's jumping up again, but I don't wanna use go-tos. I don't want to use go-tos because my boss or my professor at the university tells me, no, you're not allowed to use go-tos. Okay, he's not allowed. So I just delete my go-to. I delete my go-to and I delete my go-to here. And I delete my go-to here. I probably, if you really like the go-to, just uncomment it, okay? Just uncomment it if you really liked it, if you fell in love with the go-tos like I do. I really love go-tos. So just uncomment it, then you can use it afterwards again. But I just wanted for those people who are coming from other languages, programming languages, and for those people who wanna go further, we can use it in another step, like a more professional way. And this is called a do-while. A do-while has the advantage, it's very popular for menus because it's computed at least once. It's computed at least once. How do we do a do-while in a nutshell? Very easy. I write do where my menu begins. My menu begins here. After the do, I type one curly bracket. In most occasions, another curly bracket is created. I delete the second curly bracket. Here you go. So because I wanna open my bracket here and I wanna end my brackets where the menu finishes. So I go down to my menu. Where's my switch? Where's my switch? My switch is ending here. So after my switch, please be careful. Where's my switch ending? After my switch, I will write a curly bracket to end it. This will be the curly bracket from my do. And here I write while with brackets and a semicolon. And inside here, I have to write the criteria where it ends. And I want to do my stuff here. I want to calculate my menu as long as choice is not free. When choice is free, I wanna jump out of my menu. That's my idea. So I just my switch. Why did I have like 1, 2? I just put it on the wrong side. Here you go. So, and here I have to check. Okay, as long as my stuff is not free, I will compute this stuff. So I will type in choice is not equal free, which means as long as choice is not free, please do this stuff. I just included this stuff because this will mark the next step for our stuff. If you didn't understand the do while from now, no worries, we will deal with it the next time. So if you want to choose a go-to solution in the beginning, just do it. Don't worry about the do while in the very beginning. Do while does my stuff as long as choice is not free. This means not free. So I'm finished with my recording. I have to also have like 1 hour, otherwise my stuff is not working.